Time Gate Moments. Welcome.
Hi there guys, welcome to the platform. I'm Ishmael Yosef, your main speaker and host here at Time Gate Moments. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Make sure you keep watching. Why? Because you're about to learn something very important. Anyway, for this video and session, we're going to look at something slightly off topic, something on the roadside, something not related to flat earth or cosmology or cosmography, nothing like that. Today we're going to look at why do people smoke, and on top of that, why do they gamble? What is the main reason? If you are watching this and you smoke or gamble or both, have you asked yourself, why on earth do you even smoke anyway? Really? What is the crux of the matter? The real reason why you're smoking? Why would and for gambling, why on earth would you go to a place, whether it's in a house somewhere or a betting shop or with some people out there, and just give your money away? What is that? Is that, would a sane person do that? Okay, we know smoking, gambling, or any other issue of that nature, we know that it usually starts somewhere, at some time, for whatever reason. We know that. But I mean, think about it really. Why do you actually smoke? You're putting poison inside your lungs, which are comprised of what? Tissue, tentacles, blood, veins, critical things inside your body, and you're putting smoke and chemicals inside your body. Just to show you something, just to highlight a few things, it's really hard to fathom, to understand that human beings, us, we are, it is said that we are the most sophisticated, the most intelligent, the most knowledgeable creature on the face of the earth. Yet here we are, sucking on one of these. Imagine that. As an intelligent human being with a fully functioning brain, imagine you are trading your lungs, those organs that Allah has given you. You are trading it for one of these. Can you see that? See that? Now, of course, I used to smoke, but years ago. And you know what? I stopped smoking by just applying the 3 basic methods, techniques, things we're going to recommend at the end of the video. So just stay with us. Very simple. 3 basic recommendations. You apply them, you will completely stop smoking for sure. It is as easy as that. Again, so here's you go to the shop and you give the guy or the assistant, the shopkeeper, you give them your $20, £20, 15, 35, depending on how much poison you want to buy on that particular moment. So, but check this out. This is what's really strange. Look at this packet here. This is a B&H. Imagine that. I think these guys, where was the year? It's another one. Hold on. Yeah, this one. These guys, they've been killing people since 1873. But at least, remember, these are companies. They are professionals. At the end of the day, they have to sell products. They have to offer something in the market. And this is one of the things they do. They sell cigarettes and tobacco, of course. But nevertheless, look at the caveat. At least they put there a huge black writing on a plain white background, so nobody misses it. Imagine, smoking is highly addictive. Don't start. Okay, as we said earlier, we always, well, okay, we know why we start things. Maybe for social reasons, in some other situation. Maybe you went to a party, you tried something, you got hooked on, and so forth. But they're saying, when it comes to smoking in particular, they're saying right there, smoking is highly addictive, highly addictive. So just don't start. It is as simple as that. Now, this one is just in your face. But yet, for some reason, the person will go to the shop and they will just happily buy this stuff. Even though it says, look at that. Can you see that? 2 large printed words. Smoking kills. Smoking kills. Smoking kills. Slowly, gradually, one day they'll just tell you, oh, sorry man, woman, you have lung cancer. Some other cancer. But here it tells you the straight to the point. You know, there's no circumventing. Smoking kills. So leave it alone. ASAP. As soon as possible. Because it will kill you. Sometimes you see guys out there, they got kids, family, mama, cats, dogs, I don't know, nanny, cousins, all kinds of people depend on them, look up to them. They're part of a family, social belonging, and they're there smoking. That's the end bit. They're smoking some long one up to there, and they just proudly in a conversation, and they're just puffing this away, and all that is going into their lungs, not knowing that they slowly killing themselves until maybe one day the doctor will just pronounce, hey man, you got cancer. But then it's too late. Oh, I should have quitted when I saw that black guy's video in the blue t-shirt. What was the name of his channel again? Was it Timegate? Yeah, Timegate Moments, man. Timegate Moments is telling you to stop smoking today. Latest tomorrow. Now, look at this one. Look at this one. This is Pall Mall. Another Flow Red Super Kings. I mean, look at the power words they use. You see, that just shows you can't really sell anything. You can't really sell falsehood, false products, poison, without injecting a little bit of truth in there. It's just the way it works. The truth is that important. You have to put a little bit of truth in there. 99% falsehood, lies, garbage, poison, killers. But you put 1% of truth in there. You see? Then it starts to sell. That's how powerful the truth is. But again, look at the top. Before you buy this and say, hey man, here's my money right here. Give me that poison there. And the shopkeeper is saying to you, hey man, do you really... Well, they don't really say that usually, but even if they would, you wouldn't listen anyway. Look at this. Quitting will improve your health. Stop smoking today. And this will indeed, for sure, improve your health. Remember that old saying, health is wealth. We'll repeat with emphasis. Health is wealth. You see, so just quit today. If you're really struggling, I gotta smoke tonight. I have to. I need this. I need my fix tonight. Then perhaps start tomorrow morning. Come on, guys. Timegate Moments on the microphone. Don't touch that microphone right here. You are hearing the truth. You gotta stop smoking. You see? Look at that. Look, get help to stop smoking from the NHS and so forth. Guys, It is really not that difficult to look at this one here. This one has a baby. Look at that. Of course, if your mother's, you're pregnant, and you're smoking that way, this will affect the baby inside yourself, inside your belly. Imagine that. If you really care about your baby, you're a mother to be. That motherly love, that womb connection. Because a mother's love, care for her children is slightly different to the father because of that connection. So imagine that is affecting the health and the well-being of the babies developing inside you. Imagine that. So let it go ASAP, as soon as possible. This one here, I mean, it's just it's extraordinary. It's really it's quite impressive. You have to give credit where credit due. Although these companies, they sell this poison, profiting on the people's addiction and so forth and shortcomings, creature comforts, whatever they call it, it's still, they put these clear caveat signs. This again, this is B&H. This one's called B&H Blue. Imagine that. All these fancy words, marketing words, power words to sell poison. And it works. Imagine, this one has got a picture of a lady, look at that, of a lady on her, some kind of respiratory system. She's about to die, or, on the, look at her face. I mean, do you want to be that sometime in the future? Or maybe you went through it already. Do you want to repeat that again? Then stop smoking. Gotta stop smoking today. Look at that. Look at the look on her eyes. I wish I stopped smoking long time ago. That's what her eyes are saying right there. You see? Again, if you're a parent, says don't let children breathe your smoke. Don't let your children in your house, next to you, don't let them breathe your smoke. That's referred to as passive smoking. Imagine that. They shouldn't even passively smoke. So imagine the one who is inhaling the smoke, the poison and the chemicals inside them. What's happening to them? Imagine that. Remember, this stuff happens, it compounds accumulatively. And then the effect just comes one day. Oh man, sorry, your lungs, they're about to give up. Can't help you. The doctor, GP, nurse, please do X, Y, Z. No, sorry. The effect has had its course and the damage is too great. Then stop smoking today. See, this is a foreshadowing for you, a warning. Let it go. Let's look at another one. Look at this one. This one is for the damage, the effect on your teeth. Yeah. See, when I used to smoke, yeah, you can see it on the teeth, the gums, the effect, the damage, the long-term damage on the teeth and the gums. It really affects it. And it's related to you going to the dentist. Definitely related, no doubt about that. Bad breath, that's another one. What was it? Halitosis and things of that nature. Look at this one here. Smoking again. Plain writing. It is so clear in your face that when you buy this stuff here, from this poison from the shop, and you see that label, smoking damages your gums and teeth. Now, a sane person, someone who's intelligent, who has a fully functioning eyeballs, who's clued up, who understands the importance of health, reality, the gift of life, you name it, they will see that smoking damages your gums and teeth. You would think they will just take it back to the shop and say, hey man, I don't want this, man. Give me that money back. You're selling poison here, man. Look at that, say smoking damages your gums and teeth. Why are you selling this stuff? Get rid of this stuff. Give me my money back. But they won't do that. They will happily put it in their pocket, go home and enjoy it privately. What on earth is going on, man? Come on, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that picture there. Rotting teeth. The gums are almost all gone. Imagine rotting teeth, bad breath. You know. Then on top of that, the chemicals are going inside your bodily and your pulmonary system. Think about it. If you one day, if you can't, imagine one day you just can't breathe no more. Just to show you the preciousness of life. One day you just can't breathe because of lung issue. Somehow, one way or another related to smoking, long-term smoking. What would you say then? I can't breathe. Somebody help me, please. Why did I? Imagine. So don't take your health for granted today. You gotta stop smoking, man. Stop gambling today. Sincere advice from Time Great Moments. Look at this one here. Super Kings Blue. Fancy words to sell you poison. Now the thing is, look, you can't really, ultimately, you can't really blame the companies. They're just offering products. It's you have the choice. You have the money. You're the one who goes, walks to the shop with your legs and you purchase it. Say, please, can I have that piece there? Can I have the Super Kings? They're not forcing you to do anything. In fact, they are warning you. You buy this stuff here, it's going to kill you. Let's just check a few more. And we can get to, look, wow. Look at this one. Again, B&H. They've been killing people since 1873. I wonder how many people they murdered. Look at this one. This one is to do with your feet, your legs. And believe it or not, people. Believe it or not. You know, if you are really a smoker and you're watching this video, yep, that does happen to people's feet related to smoking. Imagine that. That is really bad, grotesque. That person's foot is really just wasting away. Because this is related to, I think, the effect of smoking on the blood system, which then affects the veins. And then somehow there's a huge disturbance. This person's body is just literally rotting, their feet. Imagine that. Somehow, one way or another, that is connected to smoking. And yes, this does happen to people out there. Maybe not you, but potentially it can if you continue smoking. Gotta do something from today on forward, for sure, because you can. You know? Look at this one. What's the caveat? What's the warning on this one? Smoking causes peripheral vascular disease. Some serious scientific names there, or terminology. Smoking causes peripheral vascular disease. Gotta check that out. Peripheral vascular disease. That's another disease. This time is vascular. You know, you have your lung disease, you have your throat disease, you got this cancer, that cancer. This is called peripheral vascular disease. Deep stuff, man. Not sure you can clearly see on the camera there. But that is really terrible. That is disgusting. Guys, it's your health. Yeah. Wow. I think we saw that one. Let's look at one from Marlboro. Yeah. Let's go. Many of you guys recognize this. Excuse me. You recognize the Marlboro sort of white. What's that? Sort of goldish brown markings. Yep. That's another one. Marlboro Gold. Imagine. Poison is being labeled with the word gold. Remember, 99% of falsehood, you just need 1% of gold. Of 1% of truth. And it will sell. Look at that. Now this one, you probably saw this many times before. Why is it that you come on, I mean, no, take yourself seriously. You're buying this stuff here, 20, 10 or 30, 40, whatever number out there in packets they sell. Smoking seriously harms you and others around you. Your family, your wife, your children, your dog, your cat, the hamster, your grandma, other human beings, your friends. Smoking will affect them. Smoking is so bad, as we said earlier, even passive smoking is highly warned against. Wow, now this side, we are sure you have seen that before on the Marlboro, B&H, Rothmans, whatever names they have. You've seen this label on all of them, one way or another. Smoking clogs the arteries anywhere, not just lungs, people. Your arteries, the system that really works your system, the blood system to any part of your body, the organs, the arteries, the veins. This smoking will clog them. Smoking clogs the arteries and causes heart attacks and strokes. That is really bad. That's really evil. But yet they are putting it on their product. So can you really blame them? If you were one day to have a heart attack or you just had a stroke, and it happens all over the world. It probably happened many times in your town, in your village, in your city. I wouldn't really say a village. Well, you might as well put a village, because nowadays, industry, production of cigarettes have reached everywhere. So this happens to people in your town, in your village, in your city, in your part of the world, your part of the city. Smoking clogs your arteries and causes heart attack. Imagine heart attack and stroke. So imagine sometimes you hear people, oh, I had a heart attack. Maybe because he was a heavy smoker or he used to smoke for a long time. He just didn't care. Poor diet, smoking continuously, not caring. Imagine there are people out there who are just walking about in a suit, in a tie, looking sharp, looking good at sometimes. And then one day you hear, oh, he had a heart attack. He died. Oh, she had a stroke. She's in a critical coma, or she's in intensive care, or she died. Why? Because the arteries of that person have been clogged from smoking, coupled with maybe poor diet, and therefore they have a stroke. Do you want that to happen to you? Come on, people. And then nowadays they have the vape. See? Now the thing with the vape is they are actually a reasonably practical, to some extent, substitute for actual smoking. In that you can just you can sort of just don't inhale it. Don't inhale it. If somebody gives you one, or you can buy one, just use it for to mimic. Maybe you are with your friends after work or during lunchtime or in some other situation, or maybe you're on your, your family's balcony or outside, or you want to have just generally if in a social setting or situation. Maybe you want to mimic that habit, that practice, that little bit of, that posture or that enjoyment of just smoking amongst people. Maybe get one of these if you have to, and just don't inhale it though, because like smoking, says right there. There's a packet. That's the packet there. It says this product contains nicotine, which is a highly addictive substance. Now, amongst the many or thousands of chemicals that has been used by manufacturers to produce cigarettes, One of them is nicotine. That's why they used to give people, or they still do, nicotine patches, because that's one of the elements or one of the chemicals that the body, they say, your body is addicted to. If that's entirely true or not, you know. But anyway, maybe that was just another marketing gimmick to get you to buy patches. You know, if you can't get them to buy the cigarettes, get them to buy nicotine patches. You know. So the point is, yeah. So vapes also have nicotine in them. You see that? So you have to remember the 99% poison on garbage. Then you put a little bit of truth in there, because you cannot really, falsehood on its own will not stand. You have to have a little bit of something in there of truth. You see? So yeah. So now with the vapes or e-cigarettes, also they have these different. This one is called pineapple ice. Imagine that, pineapple ice. That's a paradisiacal term. You know, something tropical. Pineapple ice. Imagine that. That's incredible to sell this rubbish here. Now with vapes, they have that fragrance, so it's tolerable. It's quite nice. Some of them are really smell nice. When you smell it amongst people and so forth. So in terms of passive smoking, they are way less harmful than cigarettes, in that they smell good. You know, you don't really people don't abhor your smoking and the chemicals that you exhale after you're smoking. So I would generally say, yeah, this would help you mimic the practice of smoking, the habit of smoking, without smoking the actual cigarettes. This stuff here, this poisonous stuff here. In that, on one hand, these things really smell good for the other people and to yourself, and at the same time, you shouldn't really don't inhale it. Just to replace the habit of holding a cigarette and inhaling those poisonous chemicals. You can sort of use that as one of the alternative or substitutes in your process to overcome and let go smoking. Yeah. So just thought I'll put that across. So now look, it's very simple. These are the 3 basic recommendations for you to stop smoking for sure. Number 1, just worship Allah. Yes, worship Allah. If you're not a Muslim, if you're not connected to the Creator, if you're one of those people that say, I don't do religion, I don't do this, I don't do that, garbage. Be real with yourself and just worship Allah and ask Him for guidance, for cure, and for help, because He's the maker and we are the ones who are made. We are creatures, we have addictions, we have issues, we have problems, we do this and we do that to overcome this and overcome that. Whatever. Everyone somehow, one way or another, is coping with something in some other way, by using some method, whatever. And smoking is one of the ways many people cope these days. For example, on many occasions, if you ask people, hey, why are you smoking for, man? What's this? What's going on here? Put that stuff out of the way. Put that in the rubbish, man. They'll tell you, I'm stressed out, man. Stressed out. I need to smoke something. This and that. You see, coping. So that's the first recommendation, and I'm just being straightforward. I don't need to sugarcoat it. You don't need no therapy. You don't need to go here. No, just start worshipping Allah. Look into Islam. Check out the Muslim way of living, and just ask Allah for cure, for help, and just get on with it. Come back to your Maker, because He created you in the first place, and He knows how your system, psychology, your physiology, how it works. Just ask Allah for help and cure, and get on with it. Now, the second thing is, if, for example, get a bit of a cup or something, as they say in many parts of England, maybe in other parts of the world too, issues are fixed over a cup of tea. We hope that's the case on this one. Now, the second recommendation that you should start to apply straight from now on, is that if, for example, you smoke, let's say you smoked, your average per day is 30 or 40 or 15. Let's just say your average is 20 a day. You know, you're an average smoker. You know, you smoke about maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 every 4 to 5 hours, etc. Depending, of course, always on what you do, how your day is on that day. You know, your situation. Have you had a busy day? Have you had a relaxing day? It just depends, really. It depends on the factors of your day in that day. So if your average is 20 a day, what you have to do is you have to give yourself, basically, let's say 20 a day. Your average is 20 a day. You have to give yourself 10 weeks. 10 weeks. Because, of course, in reality, if you really wanted to do so, you can just quit like that. But because of the addiction element, oh, I've been smoking for 10 years. Oh, I've been smoking 20, 30 for last 15 years. I'm addicted. I can't just let go. You see? So, let's just take it. Your average is 20 a day. Therefore, you need to give yourself seriously, earnestly. You have to vouch to yourself. Give yourself 10 weeks. So what you do is, from tomorrow, you'll cut down your 20 to 18. By the second week, you'll cut it down to 17. By the third week, you cut it down to 15. By the fourth week, you cut it down to 14. By the fifth week, you cut it down to 13 a day. By the sixth week, you cut it down to 12 a day. By the seventh or eighth, I think I'm just giving an example. By the 7th or 8th week, you cut it down to 11 or 10 a day. By the 9th week, you cut it down to 9. You see? And so on. So by the 10th week, you cut it down to 7 or 8 a day. The point is, for each week, you're either taking down 2 or 1 down, until you reach a point where you are smoking just 1 or 2 a day. So by the 11th or the 12th week, you are smoking 1 a day or none a day. You see? No, seriously, you will quit this way, because you are gradually cutting down for yourself what you smoke per day, slowly, instead of just walking away just like that. And then tomorrow you are craving, oh yeah, I need something. Now the third recommendation is that you have to start exercising. 2, 3 times or 4 times a week. Maybe you already do, but this time you need to take it seriously. You need to start exercising. Football, table tennis, swimming, jogging, gym, basketball, something you sports-wise, exercise-wise. It doesn't matter how old you are, young, old, or in between. You gotta start exercising. And on top of that, you need to slightly tweak your diet, your food. Start eating more healthy, vegetables, more protein. Start drinking more lemonade water. Good food, generally speaking. You don't have to cut off all your no more pork. You gotta stop eating pork. You gotta cut down your drink, your alcohol. You gotta cut. That's another story. Oh, that is another story for sure. But you gotta cut that down, because that's another mother of issues out there. Maybe we can look at drinking in another video, because that's a big one. That's a big boss in a lot of people's life. So you gotta start exercising on a regular, weekly basis. You gotta work. You gotta consume more healthy food, more food that is good for the lungs. They say you can do a little bit of research and just eat more food that is good for the lungs, for the respiratory system, for your arteries, because you want to resuscitate. You want to rekindle a healthy arteries, healthy lungs, healthy blood system, healthy body, your organs. You see, so exercising regularly, not too much, not too little, just about average in the middle. Do what you can, but the important thing is you have to reinstate in your life a regular pattern of exercising and what have you. And also the food. Don't forget the food. Very important, guys. It is really. And also, just to add something, sometimes as you go down in your second method of cutting down your daily cigarette average, as you go down to in your 10 to 12 weeks, sometimes when you are 10 a day or 8 a day or 6 a day, and by the way, this applies to anyone, even if your average is 10 a day, give yourself 10 weeks. Week 1, you take it down to 9. Week 2, you take it down to 8. Week 3 to 7. Week 4 to 6. Week 5 to 5. Week 4 to 4. Week 3 to 3 a day. Week 2 to 2 a day. Week 10, the last week, week 10. Sorry, I'm just doing it somewhat backward. The last week, you should be 1 cigarette a day until the week after that, you just quit. Now, while you're going through the rehab, if you want to call it that, rehab process, the weeks, sometimes you might get, I need another cigarette. No, whenever that happens, just divert your mind and just go do something. Go for a jog, start speaking to a friend, go outside, take the dog for a walk, go to the mosque, go to the library, stand outside, do something else in the time usually you would have smoked a cigarette. That's the whole point. Divert your mind. You see, literally, if you're thinking about having a smoke or fag, as they say in some places, just divert your attention to something else. Call a friend and let the conversation on the telephone or mobile phone, let that divert your mind. You might be on that phone for 20, 15 minutes, and by then, to have a cigarette is not in your mind no more. No, seriously, this is scientific stuff. So those are the 3 basic recommendations just to generally stop smoking, people. You don't need to go to take yourself to A&E or therapy and what have you. Forget all that. And of course, as always, if you are for whatever reason in some kind of a GP or doctor procedure or recommendation or treatment, stick to it. Stick with it for now, while you also do this on your own side. So this is sort of your own self-help on the side, but at the same time, you have to stick to your professional consultations and advice and prescriptions. Very important, right? So guys, smoking, you started, look, let's just say you started it somewhere at some time for whatever reason, and likewise, you can literally reverse the process. You can stop at one point, right? You can, and you will. It's really, really important. Health is wealth. You can, and you will. So guys, ladies and men, and whoever else is watching this, just to recap the 3 basic recommendations and methods recommended for us to overcome the challenge and a battle to stop smoking for good. It's for your own sake and health and future. Think about this carefully. So number one was to just speak to the Creator. We're not preaching here. We're just reminding you of the basic reality. Speak to the Creator. Speak to Allah. Start worshipping Allah. You know, we have time for everything on the internet video system. All kinds of stuff out there we are watching, scrolling, checking this out, checking that out, time after time. So give some time to Allah. Oh, and don't give us that. Oh, I don't do religion. No. Speak to the Creator and ask for cure. Be real. When it becomes complex, sometimes we just have to go back to simplicity. So speak to Allah and ask for guidance and cure to overcome smoking. Because as we already seen it, as we've seen, smoking is really bad and is evil for sure. The second thing was to cut down your daily average, whether it's 40 a day, 30, 20, 15, just cut down. Give yourself 10 to 12 weeks and just cut down. 20, day 2, 18, day 3, 17, day 4, 16, day 5, 14 or 15, and so on, and keep going until you are smoking just 1 cigarette a day. You see, 10 to 12 weeks, just cut it down. Challenge yourself, because you can do it for sure, and you will. It's worth it. You are worth it. 100%. And the third thing was, very important also, is to take up exercises, regular exercises throughout the week, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times a week. Not too much, not too little, just somewhere in the middle. But just make sure it's regular, you know, and you are getting some fresh air. And also change your diet. No more pork. If you smoke, if you drink, cut it down. And in fact, even try to eliminate it also, likewise. Inshallah, we'll try to do a video on that too sometime in the future. Very soon, in fact. And yeah, just a good diet. No more pork. No more pork. Stop eating pork. Just leave it alone. Eat anything else. Just not pork. Oh man. Start eating more vegetables, fish. If you're a vegetarian, you know, that's your business, as long as you're not eating pork. This is serious, people. So just those 3 basic things, and you will overcome smoking. If you really are finding it tough, as we said, as you go through the motions, you know, as we said, remember the bit of vape. Maybe get one of these and just to mimic, you know, while you're with your friends in a social situation. It smells really good. Some of them really smell good, but make sure you don't inhale them. Don't inhale these. Just puff, just to mimic, you know. So you have that that sort of you know, feeling of holding something and you're smoking something. But make sure, once again, don't inhale it. Just use it as a mimic, a substitute for the time being. Because you will overcome smoking for sure. Inshallah. God willing. Anyway, so that's that with smoking. So let's proceed with up. How can we forget? Before we proceed, just to show you a few profound statistics when it comes to smoking and what smoking really does behind closed doors, behind whatever, behind the veil, whatever it does to people out there. And if you don't fix up, you could be next in the numbers, because as we know, statistics kind of like speak for themselves, you know. Look at this one here. This one is from the World Health Organization. Serious statistics. And that's the World Health Organization. You see, so it's a serious organization. So when they say something, That's what's really going down. It's for sure. Look at this one here. Look at this one here. This one is from the British Heart Foundation. Yes, another very credible and significant organization, the British Health Organization. Always warning people about these things. And yes, they know what they are talking about, for sure, guys. You see. Look at this one here. This one is from Healthcare in Europe, HIE. Another profound statistics when it comes to smoking and the effect and the impact of smoking on human society and individuals. Come on, guys. You see. Another one here. Look at this one here. Look at this one. This one is from Our World Data, or In Data, Our World in Data. They are saying almost 64 million people are dying. Let's repeat that one more time. Almost 64 million people are dying every year across the world. 64 million. What's that? That is the population of the United Kingdom being wiped off the face of the earth every year, because one way or another is 64 million deaths, one way or another, shape or form, related to smoking and pulmonary disease. It is serious. Come on, guys. 64 million. If you don't fix up or do something right now, ASAP, as soon as possible, you could be the one who's making up the numbers in the next hours, days. They are saying every hour, we repeat with emphasis, every hour, 7,200 people just die as a result of smoking related issues, death and disease. You could be next. Don't undermine it. Don't take it as something flippant. It's for real. Imagine that. 64 million people. So come on, guys. You can do it, and you will, inshallah. So that's that with smoking. We hope you got the point, the message, and the gist, because it's life or death. It's literally do or die. You know, I mean, come on, guys. You guys out there listen to hip hop, rap music about that black guy said that, this guy said that, or this or that, 50 Cent or whatever. You know, come on. You always listen to black folks. This time, this black guy is telling you guys to stop smoking, stop eating pork, stop gambling. So listen up. Don't be a hypocrite. Listen to this black guy too. Of course. Now, guys, seriously, you gotta stop smoking, stop gambling, stop eating pork. Come on. Anyway, so that's that. So let's go forward with the gambling aspect of this video and session. Here we go. So just as we have done the intro for the smoking aspect of this video, in the same way, likewise, we have to ask the question, why on earth do people gamble? Why are you gambling? Why? Deep down, seriously, essentially, fundamentally, the crux of the matter. Why on earth are you really gambling? Come on. Now they're saying, in terms of imagination, gambling is the imagination, the anticipation, the expectation of putting down something of value. Not necessarily big, but something of value, at least at first, and then expecting a big return by chance, by random chance, or something similar. That's the imagination aspect of gambling. If you really think about it, there's not much addiction involved. It's just basic psychology. You see, the chance, if I put down something, this amount, maybe I will get back something big in return. How about that? Now that's the imagination, psychologically. The reality is though, you end up trading or putting down a lot, and you will receive little back in return. That's the reality. The complete opposite to the imagination aspect of it. Now remember, I mean, look at this. Guys, just look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this profound statistics. Billions, yes, billions of pounds or dollars, depending on where you live and what currency you are dealing with. Billions are spent by industry to promote, to advertise, and suggest gambling ways, many ways of gambling. In other words, it's a very lucrative, profitable industry for those who run it, who organize it, and who advertise it. So there's a lot of money for them. And for you, guys, is really, you get, the house always wins. Have you heard that expression? There's a lot of truth to that. 99.9% of that is true. So that's why they spend billions to advertise it, to promote it, to suggest it to people all over the place, to put signage, prompts, shops, places to gamble all over the place. This stuff here is designed by the devil himself, Mr. Iblis, aka devil, aka Lucifer, whatever you know, whether it's an entity or this or that. It is designed by that agent for sure. Now look at this one, just to give you an example. Look at this one here, just a simple one of those what is it? Lottery tickets, as they call it. Again, as we said in the smoking aspect of the video, you know, you can't sell falsehood and lies on their own. You have to inject a little bit of truth in there. You know, remember that 99% falsehood, lies, mediocre, garbage, but you put 1% of truth in there, or even 0.5%, it will sell, because all these power words are words of excellence. Power words. You see, look at this one. This one says, amazing things happen when a lot of people play a little. Dream big. It says, dream big, play small. That's all it takes. Excuse me. That's all it takes. You have to dream big, but play small. Amazing things happen when a lot of people play a little. This stuff is demonic. Just simple suggestions like that, you know, to get you hooked. You spend, look, you, guys, look, no, seriously, if you are a gambler and you're really watching this video, if you just take a quick calculation mentally, how much money have you really lost in the last 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 years, 25 years? How much money have you really lost? Because you're not stupid. You're not mad. Most of gamblers are not mad. Most of them, many of them go to work to get the money so they can gamble. Some of them are managers. Some of them are professional sportsmen and women. I think more so, I think men are more gamblers than women. So we gotta verify that part there. But anyway, how much money have you really lost? Look at this one, just to show you something. This one says luxury lines. Luxury lines. Look at that. by just putting down £3 right there. Where is it? Where is it? Just there. Maybe if you just throw £3 under the bus, you might just win £300,000. You see, that's the hook right there. £300,000. Just gamble £3, man. You see, multiply your prices by up to 10 times. In other words, pay 3 times. In other words, pay £3 10 times. You'll have more better chance. Guys, this stuff is satanic, demonic. It is not worth it. Much of it operates on superstition. That's why they use the cross fingers logo, worldwide known logo right there for the National Lottery in the UK. Wow. So another one. This one is very similar. Look at that. It has all these proud, catchy phrases, wording. Look at that. Team GB. Proud supporter, sponsor of what? Top prizes. £100,000 you could win if you just gamble just £1. What's the big deal? Oh man. Wow. Guys, the house always wins. The casino. Why do you think casinos out there, was it Las Vegas, the city of sin, and other similar places? Many places out there in central London, in other parts of the world out there. Africa, Asia, the West, you name it. Why is it casinos make big money? They take in a lot of money. Why? Because these places are rigged. The house wins. Otherwise, how are they going to make money and take your money if they don't set up the situation? You see, guys, listen. This is a noble book right here, aka the glorious Quran right here. Now, just as Allah revealed to Moses the Torah, to Jesus the son of Mary the Injil, or the gospel, or the good news, likewise Allah revealed this book, the noble Quran, to the last prophet and messenger of Allah, Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Now, what does this book say about gambling? Let's go to that's in a classical ancient Arabic text right there. So what does it say about gambling? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يسألونك عن القمر والميسر قل فيهما إثم كبير ومنافع للناس وإثمهما أكبر من نفعهما. To the rest of the verse. Now, it says, just to translate that for you guys or whoever's watching this, because look, the Creator, Allah, He knows His creation, His creatures, the human beings. He knows. Why do people gamble? He knows that. Why do they end up gambling? Why do they start gambling? Why do they maintain gambling? Why do they do it regularly? The impulse, the promptings. He knows. So Allah tells you the reality of gambling. Not necessarily the definition of gambling, because you can find that anywhere in a dictionary or any other, you can find it on the internet or one of the books. But He gives you the definition of the effect and impact of gambling. The essential, the fundamental reason why people gamble. Even when they are in deep debt, they are wanted by XYZ. They are taking loans, loaded with debt. Still, they go out there and gamble. In some cases, even more, with more effort. You see. So, Allah says, the human beings, they ask you about drinking and gambling. So, in this part, we are only interested in the gambling aspect. Because in this verse, drinking and gambling are sort of put together in the same verse, same area of the chapter. Because as you know, drinking and gambling, you can arguably say they are very, very interconnected. Somehow there's a link between the two. But nevertheless, so he says, Allah says, they ask you about gambling. Say to them, O Prophet, say to them, there is great sin or crime in gambling. And also, there's benefit in gambling. However, the sin, the crime, the loss from gambling is greater than the benefit you may find in gambling. That's what the verse says. So yes, people gamble because they see fit. They deem that there's good. They can just maybe put down $60 or £50 or $100 or £200, and there's a good chance they will win back maybe £10,000. As we said, that's more part of the imagination. You see, the ideal expectation of taking a chance. But the reality is that in most cases, you will find people who are maybe due to luck for that day or serendipity or whatever the other factor that may be the case. They win, let's say they win £150 for that day, and they're excited. They are elated, over the moon, as they say. But in reality, they may have lost maybe £5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $40,000 in the last 5, 7, 8 years. But just because they won that £200 at that moment, they are excited. and in many cases, they just gamble it again. They put it back into the cycle. Why not? Because they are still minus. That's the reality. So Allah is saying, look, there is good in gambling and there's bad. But the bad, the loss, the crime, the sin, the pain of gambling is greater than the benefit you may have sought in gambling. That's the reality. Yes, so that's in terms of scripture. So in other words, you're being told at the end of the day, as they say in many situations, the loss, the pain, the debt, the money lost, you name it, that will outweigh whatever benefit we may think there is in gambling. Anyway, so guys, gambling is a big industry and it's really, really bad and painful for many, many simple people out there. They started it somewhere at some time for some reason and they just hooked. Sometimes even people who are well off, they have money, they are wealthy. Somehow they hooked into gambling. Imagine, what is it? So, guys, listen. These are the three basic, once again, three basic recommendations for you to at least minimize. If you can't eliminate it, of course, it is always easily said than it is easily said than done. At least if you can't eliminate it as quickly as you can, at least to minimize the effect of gambling. So these are the three basic recommendations. Number one, once again, you have to ask Allah. You have to ask the Creator for help. You got to pray to Allah. You have to pray to Allah. You have to consider the Muslim way of life. See, Muslims, they are not allowed to gamble. They're not allowed to drink. They're not allowed to eat pork. They're not allowed to smoke. They're not allowed to do drugs. Imagine that. So the point is, speak to the Creator, speak to Allah, and ask for help, for guidance, and to give you a way out of from gambling. Because gambling, in reality, is a trap from the devil and his associates. You see, it's a trap. So ask the Creator to help you sincerely. If you have to put your face down in the middle of the night, in your room, in your place of stay, then do it. Why not? Just ask Allah to guide you, to give you the cure, and to overcome gambling. Now, the second thing is to, if you, as of course, everyone has a routine. There's a particular day, a particular time that they go out there to gamble, to visit the gambling store down the high road. Or if you are a more sophisticated person, high roller, etc., etc. Maybe you go to a more fancy place. So you have the point is you have some kind of routine. There are times that you gamble. There are times you go out there and you take up a gambling activity. So you have to somehow, because where there's a will, there's a way. You have to replace that habit with another habit that is more beneficial, more useful to you than gambling. You have to just replace it like for like. You see, for example, you learn a new language if you have to. If you usually gamble on Tuesday, then Wednesday, then maybe Sunday, replace it with studying a new language on those days at that time, or at those times. If you have to, just replace that habit. In other words, as much as you can, try to distance yourself from anything to do with gambling by completely diverting your mind, your activity, your engagement, your mental focus onto something else that is beneficial, such as learning a new language, taking up an art class, attending college, an evening course, cooking course. It can be anything. Just replace that habit, that activity with something that is beneficial to divert your mind and focus. Go to some therapy sessions if you have to, 2 to 3 hours twice a week. So to take yourself away from the habit and the routine of gambling. For example, one day you want to go to your favorite, I wouldn't really say favorite, your regular gambling spot down the high road. Why not just divert your focus and just maybe go and visit a relative on that particular day? Those 2, 4, 5 hours you would be doing this. Why not go and maybe visit a family member, a friend? Go for a walk, long walk, get some fresh air, meet people out there, get involved with conversations just to divert that regular habit you had towards gambling towards something else. Think about this carefully. It's real. It is real. What we are saying here is real. So that's the second thing there. To replace the habit and regular to replace your regular habits of gambling with something else, such as learning the new language, going out with friends, visiting family, visiting maybe a sick relative. It could be anything. Taking up classes, a karate class, go to swimming. You know? Now the third thing is, and and this third one has to be done. Shame on you if you're not doing this. You know, open up a savings account. Although not essential, but if you can, do it. If not, just use a savings box in your house, in your room, under your bed, in a closet, you name it. And if you were going out there 3 times a week, 4 times a week, and you were just gambling, $20, £40, £15, £5, whatever amount, from now on, every time you do, when that time comes, as you are applying recommendation 2, at the same time, just put that money in that saving account or in that saving box in your house, and just do that for 6 months. Just come on, just challenge yourself. Every time you want to go out there and you want to gamble £4, just put it in the box or put it into your account. If you want to gamble £40 or £100, just put it in the box. A personal challenge upon yourself. See it as that. 6 months later, you will be really surprised how much money you just saved up. Of course, you're going to falter. You're going to fail here and there. But consistency and compliance with these 3 basic recommendations is very, very important. You must do it as much as you can. 6 months later, you'll be really surprised. Not necessarily shocked, but you'll be surprised how much money is in the box or in your account. All that money, had you been gambling, would have been just thrown on the bus, blown away, given away. But now you saved it up. Now, once you do that, you keep some for yourself. You know, to buy new clothes. Maybe whilst you're gambling, in your gambling routine and habit, maybe you looked shabby. You could even you could even bring yourself to buy new shoes or new trainers, or get a haircut, or buy a new jacket, or buy a fresh fragrance or cologne or something. You just keep gambling, smoking at the same time. You see, maybe spend 40 or 60 of those pounds or dollars to get a dental hygiene. Buy a new jacket, a new shirt, a new tie, you name it. And the rest of that money, just give it to the poor. If you are a Christian watching this, you see, Jesus Christ, the Son of Mary, that is what he would have want you to do. Give some of your money to the poor, the really needy, the orphans, the people out there, many of them just can't even afford food. Give it to them. If you have to wire it to someone abroad that you may know somehow or some way, wire it over to them. Give it to them. Give it to the poor. You see. And likewise, if you're a Muslim watching this, think about this carefully. Give some of that savings to the orphans, to the poor. There's an organization out there known as the Orphans in Need. Why not give it to them and see what happens? For sure, this is no joke. Give it a try. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Those are the 3 basic. Okay, yeah. You might be thinking, this guy, he didn't mention some therapy, or you have to do X, Y, Z, and this. There's no need for all that. Just apply these 3 basic recommendations and see what happens. Sometimes it's just the simple things that work. You see, come on, have a go. Have a go, and you will see. Give it a real go, and you will stop smoking and stop gambling before you even know it. Inshallah. Anyway, guys, ladies, men, whoever else is watching this, thanks a lot for tuning in and watching Timegate Moments. Soon we're going to have we're going to be back on the usual campaign on cosmology, cosmography, and astronomy in relation to the battle, as you know, that has been going on between the 2 cosmologic departments or perspectives in our modern times. And you know who we support. So come on. Anyway, more important than that is that you have to stop smoking, gambling, stop drinking, and no more pork for you. All right. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Take care. See you very soon. All right. I'm Ishmael Yusuf. You've been watching Timegate Moments.
Hey, 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 hey.